The concept of greenhouse, which houses plants, specific changed its form by welcoming the Great Exhibitions of 1851. Joseph Paxton, botanist and later architect, put into practice his studies in relation to environments and his easy constructions method to present to the British government an innovative exhibition space for the Great Exhibitions of 1851. All the great architects of the period proposed traditional architecture-based buildings, constructed of bricks, which resulted in many hours of work for its constructions and high monetary budget. It can therefore be said that structural modularity and high-tech architecture were born with the constructions of the Crystal Palace. This architecture, in addition to being innovative with materials, led to a new concept of construction site and the organizations of work. Today, the use of urban constructions is quite normal, but this was not the case in the 18th century.
The architectural project of a modular construction of iron and glass led to a new organization of the construction site, which today we identify as a modern construction site. It was based on a principle of unification and prefabrication of the construction's element, allowing short assembly and dry assembly in a short time. Over time, the prefabricated elements have become a quick and easy construction, and workers were trained to assemble this new type of construction in a new machinery for the assembly of the prefabricated structures. You can see the workers here. After 5.5 months of the exhibition in the Hyde Park, the Crystal Palace was demolished. Its components were recycled and used in the reconstruction of the Crystal Palace in Sydenham Hill. It was built in a double dimension and were hosting a new function which underlined the great versatility of this design typology. It can be defined as one of the greatest innovations of the era. And what's amazing about it is that it was designed by a botanist. By analyzing the building, we have tried to trace through various sources how Paxton, the architect, managed to guarantee an internal comfort suitable for humans, as this kind of structure was never hosting humans before. This structure is characterized by transparent surfaces that do not have the function of opening windows for the circulation of air, but with the function of guaranteeing the natural lighting of the space.
The internal ventilation is in fact achieved mechanically through the natural buoyancy of the air, while the main beams had a dual role of collecting static electricity and condensation water to allow artificial irrigation. In the Paxton project, every single element of the structure therefore has a dual role at a static and technological level, allowing the building to have zero energy consumption. Despite the great qualities and futurities that the Crystal Palace could offer, in 1936 it was totally occupied by a great fire and was never rebuilt again. By analyzing this in present days, however, we can see how the Crystal Palace was only the starting point of a large iron and glass construction, and how the designer implemented this construction technique, making it sustainable design technique. Today, the study of environmental sustainability in architecture means guaranteeing the protection and renewal of natural resources, and in this perspective, it is possible to define steel and glass as the protagonists of this development.
The use of prefabricated and modular elements in the buildings allowed to speed up the construction process, and using the glass in the facade, you get the eliminations of the divisions between interior and exterior. These lightweight structures are integrated in the context in a non-invasive manner, and with the continuous development of materials, will result in more and more sustainable buildings in the future.
It is, however, possible to design a fully glazed building which will stand for 80 years approximately and won't overheat. This example of fully glazed building operating with passive strategies only should impact the design of modern glazed buildings these days, which often tend to use active building strategies such as air conditioning.
Moreover, designing a building which can be deconstructed and reconstructed is an innovative approach that all architects should consider. Since we know that all the environment and earth and the climate is keep changing during the years, we for sure need to align our way to live in a more sustainable environment way.